Let's do an experiment and bring back the PDA. Hi, I'm Marcel, and when I'm working, what I really want is I want to be able to be really focused, to be really clear, to be kind of present at every single point in time. So I see that as two parts. So on the one hand, I want to be able to do what I love, which means thinking about what's really important to me, how much time should I spend in every part of my life, what should I do, what should I not do. But on the other hand also, I want to be able to love what I do. And I think that comes down to when you decided to do something, like really do it, like go in there with all your attention and focus and love and just pour the energy in there. And so if you're like me, then you're looking for like this magic solution. And I know for me that I'm just obsessed with apps, like what's gonna be the best app, which is like the high-tech thing that's gonna sync across all my devices, and it's gonna be so easy to put data in there and to get reminders, and it's gonna be awesome. But it doesn't always really help me do these things. And so at one point I realized, okay, we have this, the smartphone, right? It's a phone. And it's really awesome that we have this kind of, this almost magical device that can do everything you ever dreamed of. But that's also what makes it difficult to work with, because for everything you're doing, you take it and you're basically doing everything. And let's say that I see a reminder for a to-do, which is it's super helpful, it's really cool, but then you open it and you see the notifications of 10 other things, or you're going to open your app and you see 10 other apps, like, oh, this might have something interesting here as well. So maybe it's not so good that a smartphone can do everything. And so then I realized, in the late 90s and in the early 2000s, we had this thing that's called a PDA. It's a portable or personal portable. I forgot. Okay, digital assistant. So it's not the Siri and the Google Assistant and the Alexa you have today. It's a device, kind of looks like a smartphone, and what you can do with it has a calendar, it has a to-do list, it has a contact list, it has some notes, but that was about it. So this was really a dedicated productivity device that people kept with them to stay on track. And I love this idea, and I thought, well, this doesn't really exist anymore, the separate physical device for it, because I think the physicality has a lot of value to it. We as humans, we're really good at recognizing shapes and connecting memories and triggers with shapes and with locations of things. So the physical separateness could really help here. And so I just took an old phone that I had laying around that was broken, and then I repaired it so it was working. And I decided to have two phones, right? And the one is the distraction phone, which has a SIM card, which has all the communication apps and social media, all the shambling. And the other one has the productivity suite. So that's a to-do list, that's the calendar, that's the notes, and that's about it. My password manager is on there, and it was pretty awesome using that, because I could take my distraction phone and just put it away, and when I'm working, I have this one thing that I open it, it's only what should I be doing now, what should I be focused on, and that was really cool. But I still needed to communicate. I still needed to take the other phone out once in a while to start, start texting, or when you're distracted, when I'm distracted, I still take the distraction phone, and then it's right next to me there on the desk, and that's a bad idea, right? And so I ended up not using my distraction phone less than before, or not by much, because I still needed it for some certain specific things. For example, the productivity phone didn't have a SIM card because I have one SIM card, and so it's not connected to 4G when I'm running around day to day, and so the synchronization of my tasks or my calendar entries just doesn't work. I cannot put something in on my computer and have it appear on the productivity phone where it should be. So then I still use the to-do application on my distraction phone, and then the productivity phone is like, it's useless, right? But I can't really throw away the productivity phone now because it's separated now and at least gives me the possibility to be less distracted. So it feels wrong to like, oh, let's just undo this and Control Z, nothing happened, because I still think it might be useful. But still, I start using different systems for tracking my to-dos, and then you're less invested in one of them, and I start like not clearing the inbox every day, not following up or organizing it, or and then you end up forgetting things, and so we're not quite there yet. What I'm thinking now is that maybe I shouldn't try to make it easy, because that's kind of a theme that the productivity phone has. It's a bit harder to work with, right? But what if I make it even harder, so it's even more deliberate? Maybe that way I get more invested in it. I can turn it a bit more into a ritual, and maybe I should make it like even more low tech, because these applications have their limitations too, right? That's the reason why I feel myself, I notice that I start using multiple applications. I also use Emacs org mode, if you know what that is on a computer. It's application. It's a way of organizing everything basically in a single text file. So you can have to-do lists and notes just intertwined, calendar entries, it's just all there. It's super easy to just dump things in there, and then you kind of add on a bit of structure, and it's really amazing to work with. But that doesn't really have anything on the phone. And so that's a bit more low tech, but I actually kind of feel like I like it more. Then going full analog has its advantages too, because if you write something down, you're forced to think more about it. You're a bit more invested in, like, I actually wrote this down. Like, do something with your brain if you write it down. And so what I think I'm gonna do now is turn to a system that's less complicated, but also less easy or convenient. Because maybe convenient is not really what you want, because this is about the important stuff in life, right? So I think I should first start thinking about what should the process be like. What are the things that I need to do? And then only secondly look at what tools can make it even better, but start at like kind of ground zero. And so now I'll come back to you when I'm a bit further in the experiment. I think I'm gonna throw away the smartphone for any kind of productivity use and do it all on the computer or a bit analog. I'll probably split it up. Like just remembering things is on the computer, and making a date plan and stuff, that's really for paper. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll come back to you when I've got some more conclusions. All right. So if you're excited about this, like, give me a thumbs up so I know. Subscribe to me. It's, there's buttons. Leave a comment if you have any tips for me, or if you've learned something about this, if you've gone through the journey as well. If you have specific questions for me, if you're like, oh, maybe you should try this out, or have you tried that? Like, I'm really curious about that kind of stuff. So let me know, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.